Alright, welcome back everyone to another episode of Stories from the Unbound Shores. Where we last left off, there was a conversation with I believe, human form of Bahamut, revealing some of the inner workings of the multiverse. The fact that it was in fact a multiverse. And some other interesting discoveries of some interesting discoveries of how the fortress that they're going to is put together. The fact that there's a rift somewhere between the Shadowfell and the material plane, through which someone wandered out in fear of death. And let's see. There was also an acquisition of potions of long rest, so that upon going through the dungeon, they will have the ability to take a long rest in action, as opposed to having to wait the 8 to 24 hours. And I think, oh yes, and then there was some discussion about the Death Knight himself, Atlas, and where they might be able to find details, with some things alluding to perhaps there are records kept by Amelie's parents or grandparents, and that there might be something in the Hall of Histories here within Mistal, to which the party does not currently have access, as it is supposed to be for, citizens only. And I think that covers it. So last I knew, Lady Amelie and Dirk were off at the library doing more reading and research, and the rest of the party was at the inn where some of them had just woken up, and the elves were playing games of some sort, waiting for people to get up.
Eskel and I were playing Dragon Chess, and Melisari was reading. And if I remember correctly, I was winning just by a small margin. But...
well, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to attack with all of your pieces at once like this.
Are you sure about that one?
That's how it works in war, and this is supposed to be a simulation.
I don't think it's supposed to be a direct simulation.
What would be the purpose otherwise?
I just kind of stare at him for a long moment. Fun.
I mean, chess is a simulation of war.
But it is also for
I know. This is true.
Well, I need more horses.
Al would raise an eyebrow. More horses.
Yeah.
I recall you guys only had 2 anyway.
Which is ridiculous. You wouldn't only have 2 companies of cavalry. How are you supposed to set up an effective charge?
1 second. I'm going to try and snap Merp's view to her location and hope she can see.
Snap my view.
By the way.
Welcome to the darkness.
I see how just not mad.
Okay, let me check your token. Alright, I don't know what's wrong, so I'm going to give you night vision for now and figure it out later. Because everywhere in this place should be lit. How about now?
I can see.
Okay, good. Then I'm gonna... Then everyone else, your tokens should be to the left and slightly up, if you're having trouble finding them.
Oh my god, that brought back so many childhood memories, Sam.
A nobleman here.
Oh, I still can't see anything.
If anyone else is having vision problems, feel free to let me know. So, sorry for the interruption. Please go back to debating about needing more horses.
But I still can't see anything.
Working on it.
There should be at least half as many cavalry companies as there are foot soldiers. I need 2 more.
Kate, try reloading.
And you charge down their front lines using the cavalry with long spears, and the foot soldiers follow in, with the archers bringing them up from behind.
But wouldn't you... Never mind.
Also, you would keep the king inside of some sort of fortification. Having him stand out on the battlefield like this, that's ridiculous.
I mean, you have a point there as well.
Why would you charge ahead of your archery like that?
You want the archers in the front?
No, but don't use the archers to soften up the opposition before you charge in?
They continue raining arrows after you charge. Just not on your position.
No, you'd hope not.
Things happen.
That we agree on. Things do happen.
Suppose I could just play blind.
Okay, can you still not see Kate?
Let's see. Maybe I should restart my entire computer.
I mean, it's an in-browser thing. I don't think that should be affecting it.
I don't think it should either, but I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know.
Do you just see a wall of black?
Yes.
And do you have scroll bars that you can manipulate?
Yes.
And if you scroll all the way to the left and move up and down, can you see any pings?
Can you ping on the map yourself?
Motherfucker, I figured out my issue with my stupid ass mouse.
What?
The mouse being the infinite scrolling?
Yeah.
Fun. Well, figured it out.
I don't know if I've tried restarting for that issue either, so I'm gonna do that again, like I said, real quick, but, be right back.
So, how would you win this battle, Lord Thenon?
Spies, assassins.
Well, that's one way to do it.
It's an effective one, but you need to trust that they can actually get in there. A well-appointed king is actually going to have a lot of counter-spies and agents around him that would prevent such an assassination.
Mm,
And
true.
they'd be aware of it even while the battle is going on, perhaps even especially. So you would need to have a really good campaign of disinformation going on.
And then you have allies.
Allies help a lot. If you can bring in a second army, say from the flank, set up a pincer, victory is assured.
Now, is this just two armies fighting each other, or are we doing...
That's what this
siege?
game appears to be. I haven't much experience with it myself, but I mean, there's a soldier, I've got 8 soldiers, I've got two companies of cavalry. Apparently 2 entire companies of clerics, which is impressive. And my castles, they move. And then I have this dragon and the king. They're friends.
That's supposed to be his wife.
I mean, maybe.
It's a bit sexist.
What do you mean?
Referring to the queen as a dragon.
I mean, no, this is actually a dragon. A dragon is the most powerful piece on the board. It can move in any direction an infinite number of squares. Because it flies.
Well, within the game, almost infinite.
It's only an 8x8, what do you want from me? How would you fight a dragon?
How about no?
That's exactly correct. Do not fight the dragon.
I forgot I was in push to talk. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Get someone to fight the dragon for me.
But the show must go on and all that.
Al's best strategy so far has just come out. She knows not to fight the dragon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think.
Some people are driven. They think that there is glory or land to be won by taking on such a creature, and they think they can do it, but armies of soldiers are very often not enough to kill such a creature. They're ancient and powerful.
These individuals you speak of do not sound the brightest. Taking on a dragon sounds like an extremely dumb idea.
And yet we have any number of stories of valiant heroes of yore who've done so. Inspiring the next generation of morons.
I wonder how many of those actually took on, quote-unquote, dragons.
Hard to say. Somebody must have done it at least once, but I'm certain not all of them are true.
In all fairness, I suppose tales where brave Sir Baldric wandered into a swamp and died of dysentery probably don't sell well.
They
I
wouldn't,
can't imagine they do.
but they would make a very good cautionary tale.
Don't drink the water.
Never drink the swamp water.
Have you ever
Unless
seen a
you're a
dragon?
paladin.
Ethel?
What was that, Al?
Have you ever seen a dragon?
Yes, we were in
Yes.
the same room as one.
We just recently, yesterday, saw one. Shook hands with it.
Right. My apologies.
Just like looking at his hand in front of him with awe.
Out of character, my dumbass. Don't mind me. Ugh.
Alright. Gus is going to speak up and say, should we find the others? Perhaps we should regroup.
I couldn't agree more. And
Who's missing? Where's Dirk?
Dirk and Lady Amelie.
Are they still abed?
You saw them come out this way.
I did.
There were some discussions, and Lady Amelie wandered off, and Dirk went after her.
Alright. Everyone ready? Well fed?
Ready.
Certainly.
Then, let's go find our compatriots. Probably one of the libraries. Knowing
I
Lady
agree.
Amelie's penchant for trying to find information on the world.
I have to keep my thing super zoomed out. It's horrible. I can't see much.
Why is that?
Because if I zoom in anymore, it just scrolls off to the right. It is
That's
highly
a problem.
unfortunate. Yes, that is my mouse issue.
We may need to get you a new mouse before the dungeon starts then, because Beyond the Sea is kind of important.
Yeah, it is.
A weird wall here.
I don't actually know if it is my mouse, because when I was logging back in the home screen, it was acting weird. But I can discuss that more later.
What's wrong here?
Oh,
There's
no,
just
it's-
like a random wall in the middle of the road.
Oh yeah, I see that. Let me fix that. Quit moving. You're making this harder.
Remember when I had control of Dirk for some reason?
That's because you need vision.
You gonna be okay there, Thenon?
It looks like y'all just gonna have to deal because
That's
this
fine.
wall's unselectable for some reason.
Interesting.
It was just so weird. It's like, what happened? Oh, a
The
punk.
day of these strange technical difficulties.
Alright, where's this library at? Just wander until I find a doorway I can walk into.
Go right.
Go right, okay.
Yes.
Going right. And
Until you have the option to go right.
until I have the option to go what?
Right again.
Right would be this
Right
way.
here.
Aha!
And then it should be this building here.
Just trying to run!
Get off the table, asshole.
No, I'm dancing.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's Haskell.
Dirk?
Is everything all set at the inn?
That's an incredibly good question.
Yeah, did we give our keys back?
Did we?
You
I
did
put
it.
my key back.
Since we agreed to leave, can we just say that we took care of all the necessary things, or do I have to go back?
You can say we took care of it. No worries, because I forgot. I should have reminded you, but I forgot.
So there's this moment where Eskel's looking at you with a smile, and you just see his eyes go big as dinner plates, and he goes, "Yeah, no, I took care of it."
He stared into the abyss for that 1 second.
L'appel de vide.
I guess I'm giving the book back to the librarian and saying thank you. It was very interesting. Because why the fuck not? I don't even know what I was reading.
A book?
More obviously.
Could have been a newspaper. Or a tabloid. Or a...
They didn't have those. It was just, you know, the rumor mill. Word of mouth.
They actually did have, like, people would write stuff down and pass it out. They didn't, like, have movable print, so they couldn't mass produce it, but they did have people who would, you know, copy. They would have copiers, so they could They could produce, some numbers of things. So yeah,
I
yes.
was more thinking of it in the mass print variety.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's what.
Don't matter.
I'm just calling it a tabloid. It's that. It's the written form of the rumor mill.
I mean, do we know that we don't have a movable type here?
I don't know.
You know.
Mean, maybe. Who's this guy?
Which guy?
This librarian.
Yeah, the librarian guy.
Yeah, that is the librarian.
Okay.
Whose name no one has bothered to learn.
Sir.
Yes?
What's your name?
Morgan.
Morgan. Morgan, I have a question. These books, are they produced by scribes who write down the contents of the pages word by word? Or is there a form of mass inking?
I don't believe that we have any type of mass inking here, but I heard they were working on something like that both in Steelport and at the Mountain Dwarf capital, as there are some rather inventive gnomes there.
That makes sense. Gnomes are very clever. Lady Emily. Thank you, Morgan.
My pleasure. If there's anything else you wish to know, you need but ask.
What is the fastest way of getting to the Forgotten City?
The Forgotten Fortress?
That's the one.
Well, the woods get rather thick. The fastest way would be to just go on foot following the side of the mountains. You'll run into it eventually. It's impossible to miss.
There's a road?
There's not a... Well, there used to be a road. It's kind of overgrown at this point.
My group plans to go to the Forgotten Fortress. Is there anybody here, perhaps a person of authority, that needs to be informed of our intentions?
I don't think anyone needs to be informed, but I'm sure it wouldn't go unappreciated if you were to inform either the Temple of Arathis or or one of the king's kind of underlings.
If we go to the Temple of Arathis, will it find its way to the king?
If they deem it important, which they usually do. More often than he'd like.
Right, then direct me to the Temple of Arathis, and we'll make a quick stop before we leave.
That is the simplest directions possible. Just go to the main road and move north until you go through the doors at the top.
Weren't we also going to go to the Hall of Histories?
Hall of Records? Hall of Histories? Hall of History?
It's Hall of
Hall
Histories.
is what it was called. If you want to do that, then you'll have to talk to, once again, either the Temple of Arathis or the king's, more or less, secretary.
Okay, good. Lady Amelie?
I don't, out of character, remember why we were going to the Hall of Histories, but I know that was our plan.
Wanted to dig up more information on Atlas.
Yes.
Lady Emily? Have you found information that you were searching for?
I'll show him. I got the blueprints for the fortress last time, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'll just show him the blueprints. And say this is the blueprints for the fortress. Not all of it is finished, of course, but
This
it should give us a good idea.
Supposed to look like when it was done.
Right.
This is excellent. Good find. This will come in very handy. Good thinking. We weren't able to, were you able to, was there anything here on our foe?
what? I can't remember. Was there anything from this library on Atlas?
From from the library, no, but you were able to find out
Okay.
some other things through your other methods.
Yeah. Yeah, but they don't know that. And no, there's nothing here about him.
I suppose that's understandable. Well, good job looking. Is there enough belief that we will find any useful information in this Hall of Records? Hall of Histories?
I think it's histories.
History
Well-
sounds accurate.
I mean, I just mean enough probability that we will want to commit the time.
I'd say it depends. I don't know quite how big your what it is you're looking for, but if it was of significant historical importance, then it would be in there.
Sounds pretty significantly historic to me.
Yes. Yes, I think so. Notes on... Well, I didn't take them here. I must have written them in my laptop. Okay. Then are you prepared to, get permission to go to the, Hall of Histories and go there? Are you ready to leave this room?
Who are you talking to?
Lady Emily.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, you said we needed permission to go there. Are these the person that we need to speak to? The easiest way to get to them? I'm talking again to Morgan.
That would be either in the Temple of Rathus, which I already gave you directions to, or you would want to talk to the king's secretary, which either they can direct you to, or you want to just basically get the building to the right of the Temple of Rathus.
Sounds like we can do everything we want to do at the Temple of Arathis. Alright. Thank you for your time. Give
Thank
him the
you
finger
for speaking
guns and
knowledge.
back out the door.
Alright. Gus is gonna just, like, the token for Gus is just gonna stay there for now, because I'm doing other things on a different screen.
I think this is the
we're all
main
at the
road,
hall.
so I think we just go straight north here.
Let me unlock the door for you.
Oh god.
Yeah, before we all head up, once we just leave the library,
Oh, sorry. Coming back. I think. Maybe.
Yeah, I guess we could have walked through that little park thing to get down to the library too earlier. Oh well.
Gotta get back to, Zenon. Got something important to say. What's up?
while we're all gathered, I do have something of an announcement to say, to make. As my sister's safety has been guaranteed, confirmed, I'm afraid I must make my exit. I have my estate to look after. The Delphra Cerise may be a small family, but we have no shortage of enemies, many of whom have probably tried to capitalize on my absence.
I understand. Your purpose in traveling with us was to ensure the safety of your sister, and that has been done, so you're needed elsewhere. We shouldn't keep you. I'm
I'm
very glad that your sister's safe.
Well, as am I. I wish you the best of luck, and I'm. He holds up the magic weapon.
I'll, hold out my hands to take it. I'll see that it goes to, somebody else who needs the protection. Thank you for returning it.
No, of course.
He's going, after he, like, takes this, I think you had it in the form of a crossbow, right?
Yep.
And he's gonna hold it down to his side, he's gonna extend his other hand to you.
Thenon. Jeez, forgot his name there. Thenon will take his hand.
Travel safely. Hopefully we'll meet again in the future.
Yep. Well, if you're ever in the area and you need my assistance, just let me know.
We'll look you up.
And with
Safe travels, then on.
that, then I would bow and then just turn and walk.
Yeah, I duck my head and say, best of luck.
That's not the way out, you fool.
Lady Amelie?
I want to find something.
Goes back to the inn later.
Eskel's going to proffer this crossbow to Lady Amelie.
Lady Amelie is going to decline. I didn't want it the first time. I certainly don't want it now.
It would assist in being able to protect you. It can take any form you please.
Oh no,
Hang
that's
on.
interesting.
Hang on a second, then. Oh wait, I need something I'm proficient in. Never mind.
I mean, you don't
Might have
it have to be something you're proficient in. You'd just be not as good with it.
Right.
And the real benefit of it isn't the
Wait.
like it's a weapon to go and hit something with. It's the warding bond aspect of it.
Wait, if it can be anything, does it have to be a weapon?
It has to be an item that is held.
So it doesn't have to be a weapon.
It doesn't have to be a weapon, but it can be something that's like worn.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Warner held.
Yeah, it must be held.
Okay, that's what I was asking for. Like, there's a difference between it has to be in your hand versus it has to be on your body.
Yep. It must be held.
Turn it into a lantern or a iron or brass knuckles.
Turn it into a book.
Turn it into a book.
It has to be worn on my body. Does that count with like a shoulder pet?
Well, the other one is the one you wear. This is the one you have to hold.
Yeah, that's what we
Oh.
were just trying to determine. So it's got to turn into something that you hold in your hand. You don't have to be holding it in your hand like when we're not in combat, but in order to benefit from it in combat, it has to be in your hand.
Oh.
So it could also be like a +1 casting focus
Oh,
for
what?
when she's not the target. You could make it a staff or something, like the thing you cast your spells out of.
Very
I mean,
powerful.
I wanted to make it like a little shoulder pet, but if that's not possible, I don't want it.
So turning it into a spell focus is a good idea for you, because that means it'll be a magic item adding a +1 bonus to your spell to hit and your spell save DC. And you turn it into like a dagger or a staff or an orb, whatever your class uses for a spell focus.
I don't know.
Make it
But
into
like I don't
a
want it.
regal
So
scepter.
give it to somebody else.
Very well. Take it back from you.
I never accepted it, so
Oh, sorry, you plan to stick around, right?
Indeed.
Would you like this paired magic item that will allow me to protect you in combat?
Are you certain that you would rather give it to me than someone else who has been with you longer?
The range limitation on it makes it not particularly good for use with anybody in particular, and the only other person I have a vested interest in protecting is the person I'm paid to protect, who doesn't want it.
Very well then, I will accept.
On to the Temple of Arathis.
I have the crossbow a little, and then it turns into a crystal, I guess, in my hand.
It takes an hour to attune, but yeah.
Ah, I see.
But you can be attuning it the whole time we're walking.
Yes. I don't like holding this crossbow, however.
Fine, apparently there are no guards on the streets, so nobody will arrest you.
I didn't have time to put tokens everywhere on this thing, okay? There's people around, just don't think about it.
Are they giving me looks?
Yes.
Bastards.
Wait, where the fuck did you go?
I started moving up the street to the north.
Well, I started moving up too, and then I lost you completely.
I was moving like 8 squares at a time, like every second.
Whoa! There's a little square up here. Sort of. There's many squares along this path. I probably shouldn't be investigating places I'm not actually investigating. Also, I'm probably sticking relatively close to you and giving dirty looks to people when you're not paying attention.
I do seem to be pointedly ignoring them. Not your looks, but the people.
Yeah, no, I know.
And so the dance begins. I believe in you, Dirk.
Clickety clack clack, clickety clack clack, clackety clack.
Lady Amelie!
Whoops. Fucking Dirk. Circling. Shark.
Blood in the water.
Never get free, land slaughter. What you gonna do when there's blood in the water? Anyway. It is impossible to say song lyrics or anything that even might remotely resemble song lyrics around me, as my people at work have discovered.
Yeah. The latency of these calls always makes me sad, because I don't get to sing with people anymore.
Indeed.
Someday, when COVID's over.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm just glad I can actually move my player icon.
Had to make a cup of tea because I'm fucking freezing.
Oh, good. Pathfinder 2e brought back that super fun rule where if a succubus fails to seduce somebody, it takes damage. That was always a good rule.
When your pride is so strong,
Right.
any insult to it deals you physical damage. Well, psychic damage, I guess.
The description is physical harm.
Oh my god.
Damn.
I mean, there's a comic from, like, 15 years ago where it just shows a succubus walking down the street looking dejected, and you just see the house, like, little speech bubbles coming out of the houses, just like, nope, move on, like, not tonight, and you just see little, like, -1, -1, -1 off of them.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an old one, and it was never very good. Boop, 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 boop. I found a building.
When was that even? It's not in 3.5.
I think it must have been earlier than that, because I saw that comic with the succubus getting hurt a long time ago.
Are we waiting for anyone?
No.
Or
Okay.
Oops, I didn't destroy.
No more Thenon.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is weird.
Alright. We arrive at the Temple of Arathis.
Just knock.
Knock, knock.
Why
knock,
isn't she
knock, knock,
knocking?
knock, 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 knock. What?
Do you think he
Knockers.
knows how? Anyway.
Alright. You'll hear, come on in, it's open.
I was making a Frozen joke because Eskel's just kind of sitting by the door.
Do you want to get some knowledge? We go in. See that there's a desk here. I see some beds. The doors I thought were like, they looked like the end of long bones in old, like, you know, the goofy cartoony way that you draw bones. I thought they were bones.
Oh yes,
That would be a little
definitely.
macabre.
It looked like cartoony skeleton bones. It's amazing. We got invited in by the invisible person.
Invisible.
I had one up there. I did, didn't I? 1 second. I'll add a token.
I used to think macabre was pronounced macabre.
Macabre.
Macabre. Which meant that I occasionally would confuse it with macrame.
Ugh, why do you have to be so macrame?
It's just how I roll. I don't have a good crafting.
That's how you live
joke
your
there.
life. Well, that just puts me in stitches.
God
Ha.
damn you all.
Alright, this may load in a bit large.
The world's most giant dwarf.
No, that was Peter Dinklage's.
I was gonna
character.
say exactly that one. Nice.
Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage.
My mind went to the dwarves and Gallivant.
Oh, I never finished watching it.
The
I had a
dwarves
hard
and
time
giants.
getting on board with it. Too much singing.
Too much.
Ironically for me, but anyway.
How dare you?
I
Nah,
think you
you
forgot
got-
Too
your
much
feelings.
what?
You got the right of it, hun. Too
What?
much singing.
Also, I think the Ignite just annoyed the shit out of me. But anyway. Oh fuck, I still need Colvin Foster. Sorry. Distractible today.
Alright. So, hello, hi.
Oh. What can I help you with?
A couple of things. My group here would like to, ultimately, our goal is to go to the Forsaken Fortress. We do believe that there is evil afoot there involving the undead, and we would like to put a stop to that. We were given a prophecy by a cleric of the Raven Queen, which led us here, and now we wish to head there. So we wanted to make sure that whoever needed to be aware that there was a group of people who were not directly associated with this dwarven enclave heading to this old ruin belonging to the dwarven enclave. And then secondly, we wanted to petition for access to the Hall of Histories.
And what is it you need access to our histories for, and what is your purpose for heading... Like, and what in more detail is your purpose for heading to the Forgotten Fortress?
We believe that there is a Death Knight who has recently been resurrected after we defeated him at the Forgotten Fortress, and we believe that the Hall of Histories may contain information which would be useful in putting a final stop to him. So, they are related.
I see. Well, sorry to say we won't be able to grant you access, at least not quickly, as these things take time, especially for non-citizens such as yourselves. And, well, frankly, I don't think many will be wanting to grant access to one such as yourself, as your kind are what we guard it from.
We come with the blessing of Bahamut.
I'm sure you do, he says somewhat sarcastically, eyeballing the armor and symbol.
Is there any chance that the Platinum Holy symbol that we were given would be recognizable in any capacity beyond that it is a holy symbol?
I considered something like that, like as a magical property, but I don't think I thought about it from like a lore perspective. I think it might be recognizable, but I'm not sure if it'll be recognizable by him. Let me roll some religion for this guy and
let's roll it and find out, because I can move up to the table and place the holy symbol on it, and I say, no, in actual fact, we spoke with Zymor.
So, he's also going to roll for that name. So, if he gets advantage because he actually has access to that history hall.
The one time you want the DM to roll really well.
So, he does not recognize the name Zymor, but he does recognize the holy symbol after further examination.
He is very interested that we accomplish our goal there, and it would be of great use to us and him if you played a part in that.
I see. I never would have expected to see that symbol, let alone... No. I'll leave
My
it at
eyes
that.
narrow.
Sorry. Prejudices will run strong here against his kind, as they are our primary enemy. These forests are almost always dark enough for them to avoid the light's touch, so they run rampant.
Enough about the drow. Tell me about the Hall of Histories.
If you want full access, I can try and speed it along. However, its final decision rests upon those in the King's Court.
If we want to get in there today, who do I speak to then? Because we need to keep moving.
You would need an audience with the king, which that I may be able to provide.
Then, if you would please, make an introduction if you can.
I'll be back in a few moments to fetch you. I need to go, grab the proper paperwork.
Of course. City can't run without its bureaucracy. Al, you're blocking the door.
Oh.
He walks out of the room and I kind of let go of breath and I go, there, see? That wasn't so hard.
Paperwork. Dirk makes a face.
I'm just staring at the door.
Just imagine all of the paperwork we get to avoid by instead swinging a weapon.
I don't think that's why he's here, though. I give a
That's why I'm not here.
slight chuckle, grin thing.
a chuckle grin thing?
A chuckle grin thing. I'm tired. I got out of work at like 4 last night.
Okay. So he'll be gone for, probably about 30 minutes.
Okay. Then in that time, I'm going to approach Lady Amelie and say, exactly how much do you want me keeping your name out of things? Because as you might know, as a noble person, your name carries a lot of weight and can open doors that we might otherwise have difficulty opening. But out of respect for you, your family, and the delicacy of the situation, I can do everything in my power to avoid letting them know you're a part of this and who you are.
That is if they don't recognize her.
It's a possibility.
I don't see why they would recognize her since she's not from here. Like, this is a whole nother continent.
I think that is a very valid point. So, I can either name drop you in hopes that it opens doors, or I can keep your name out of it. What do you prefer?
Where are we again? Like, is this the fucking Hall of Records or
This is
history?
This is the Temple of Arathis. Arathis is the goddess of society. Like, civil order. Her sphere of influence has everything to do with, controlling nature and setting conditions such that humanoid society can thrive and grow and survive against the wild. That's kind of like the basic rundown of who Arathis is.
Yep.
Pretty much every city in the world is going to have a temple to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. If the city itself doesn't function as a temple to her, as is the occasional case for smaller villages.
Yeah. But pretty much anywhere that wants to set up buildings and survive, they're going to be offering prayers to Arathis.
Well, anyways, let's try to keep the family name out of it unless we have to.
Very well.
Alright. After some time.
I mostly just mentioned the potential of being recognized because you never know who's watching.
It's possible. I wouldn't say likely, but it is possible.
See?
So after that half hour or so has passed, he will return. Very well. If it is an audience you want, take these papers. And he'll hand them to just whoever happens to be closest. So in this case, Melisari.
Oh, goody. Okay, I'll take the papers.
It is a letter of introduction you should be able to hand off, detailing what it is that I know of who you are and what it is you're doing here and what you want.
Thank you very much.
Had a second go. 1 second. He's asking for a name and I forgot it.
Oh.
As I am wont to do. Fargrim.
Fargrim?
Yep.
Fargrim. Thank you very much for your help, Fargrim. I am Eskel Trenier, Paladin of Devotion to Bahamut.
If you stay in these lands, you may very well be added to that hall you wish to see.
I suspect the results of our deeds will end up there one way or another.
Too true. I hope you return. It'd be nice to actually be able to retake that fortress.
Yes, I believe that that could be a byproduct of our time there, and I felt that the Crown would want to know that. We're going to take our leave now.
Before you go, when you get there, there is a. I'm aware there is a temple in that fortress, part of which is a shrine to Arathis. If you can fix it, cleanse it, make sure it is as well off as it can be, it would be appreciated.
See what we can do. If repair is out of the question, are there any artifacts there, sculptures or works that you would want retrieved?
The only thing there is a rather large statue carved out of the mountain.
Oh no.
It would not be retrievable.
Very well. We will see what the future holds. Thank you, Fargrim.
Best of luck.
Alright.
He returns to his chair.
Told us where to take this.
So, yeah, you want to go to the
Eskel's
room.
already out. I'm handing the
Bye,
papers to
Eskel.
Eskel before we leave. I don't want to be the paper holder. And it kind of makes sense for him to be the one giving it. He can look
Make
official
everybody
and all that.
look me in my red eyes. Give me what I want.
But before you guys leave, I'm going to say this because it gives, because it's probably the best point to do this based on how things are going. Before you leave, there will be someone who will have walked in behind you, Lot, and overheard your conversation. So perhaps we'll flash back to, like, I guess the 30 minutes, because that's be the best place for it. Should have done it then. Sorry, but I didn't think about it. So let me grab the token.
Places, everyone.
Life of...
Oh no!
Ah! The world!
Fixed it.
Whoa.
The whole world was out of focus.
There we go.
Wouldn't hit a guy
So,
with glasses.
Thomas, feel free to make your entrance and describe your character. Thomas?
Thomas.
Bard.
Sorry, I was muted. No, I still see Thenon.
Oh, right. I haven't given this guy any type of stuff. Dynamic lighting. Has vision. Save settings. Alright. Snap tutorial you should be able to see. I will attach him to Thenon's character sheet for now, I guess. So that you can see, and I will make a character sheet for this guy later.
Someone in the audience wanted the weapon turned into a pail of water that you would carry around.
That's possible, and I'm surprised we have an audience. So, welcome.
Hello.
I think it was because a pail of water is heavy and hard to carry around.
That would be not very nice.
Wait, what?
Crossbow, I think, right?
It was a crossbow when I handed it to you, but you said that you would attune it and it would become
Yeah.
a orb.
I think it was gonna be a crystal, but it'll be some sort of focus.
Okay.
Maybe a crystal, because that's kind of small. Can I change it, like...
Yes,
somewhat
you haven't had time to
at
pick
will?
with form yet, so you still have time to decide.
Yeah, I know, but like,
You
if
still
I
got
want to
another
change
half
its
hour.
form sometime in the future, how would I do that? Or can
You
I?
would need to spend an hour meditating on it, like focusing on it, basically reattuning it.
That's fine. I'll just make it a staff for now, because it's harder to lose.
You wouldn't deny an old lady her walking stick, would you?
So, Thomas, are you there?
Yep.
All right. While the cleric of Arathis was not in the room, apparently he's on the map layer. That's good to know. Put him on the token layer. While he's in the other room fetching paperwork, you will have walked in behind them before that to have heard their conversation with him, so you have an idea as to what they're doing, and you have a chance to introduce yourself.
I've heard that they're heading up to...
You heard that they're heading to the fortress to deal with a Death Knight.
That to that end, we're requesting an audience with the king to go to the Hall of Histories.
Okay, let me just check. Yeah, so this elf will suddenly walk towards you. So, I'm sorry, did I hear correctly? Did you say you were heading towards... up towards the fortress? And you're dealing with a Death Knight?
Al would raise an eyebrow.
As does Melisari. And looks to Eskel to decide whether he wants to say yay or nay.
Who am I looking at exactly? A human?
Elf.
An elf.
Hi, elf.
Another elf! Oh boy!
The whole party is elves. So, high elf, how's he dressed?
He's kind of... Well, they're... How does the... Let's see... costume clothes, whatever that means.
Okay, so you look like you're ready for a fancy party.
As an entertainer.
You look like you're dressed as an entertainer. So,
Yeah.
colorful, shiny fabrics and loud designs is what I'm getting. And maybe a floofy hat.
That's
Do you have a floppy hat?
No hats.
No hats. Everybody wears hats in this certain time period. Alright.
I don't have a hat.
He might have one, but he's indoors.
You have one piece of armor, it's a helmet.
I don't think she has any armor.
Yeah, I
You
don't
have one piece of clothing, it's a hat.
I don't think
No.
that holds.
I think it might.
You have a robe so that the magic
Most
can
people
flow.
like that, but no.
Sam, the problem with the magic being able to flow before was that the clothing was restrictive, so it sounds to me like the ideal situation is nothing at all.
No, then you don't have control the flow of the magic. It just emanates, just radiates, and then it's no good. The clothing directs it. Anyway,
I think you're just making up
Clothing
rules
makes
now.
wizard.
I think so. That was not in character. Dirk has no opinion on magic.
You're just making up rules. Very well.
Strange. I have no... does Haskell has a symbol of Bahamut on his...
On his
About
armor, yeah. He has a symbol of armor, a symbol of Bahamut on the breastplate of his armor. He is also, you can see that there is a silver chain around his neck, which probably conceals, which droops down into the scarf around his neck, which probably contains another symbol of Bahamut. But he is wearing a sword and a shield strapped to his back. And he's got this very formal-looking letter in his hand, and he looks up at you with these bright red eyes, and he looks confused. He says, "I'm sorry, what? I mean, yes, but what concern is it of yours?"
Oh, allow me to introduce myself.
Please.
Aurelion Lentwill. I am a
Aurelion.
humble minstrel by trade, and I've heard about this, well, overheard, this fantastic adventure you're going on, and I would love to come with you. It would make for an amazing ballad. Epic! And he's kind of staring off into the distance. Finally.
There's just a gape at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I understand that you want to write this ballad, and I am certain that whatever the story ends up being would be epic, but you understand that we are going into the heart of danger, right?
You follow Bahamut,
Indeed I do.
and you are also a drow.
That is also, your powers of perception have not failed you.
That is so novel. That's fantastic. That's going to be.
You said your name was Aurelion?
Aurelion, yes.
Aurelion.
How do you spell that?
Aurelion?
Arelleon.
Oh, fuck off.
Aurelion.
Aurelion.
Lantwill. Spell Lantwill.
Lantwyl. Fuck you.
Lanthyul.
Huile. My feet. Alright.
Who has 3 syllables? It's like Lanthuil.
Yeah, I got
Lantwyl.
that. Lantwyl. Dumb name.
Wow.
Don't remind me to get started on your last name.
There was a weird sound.
Alright.
Sorry, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. I have been stuck in this bloody city for the last 8 years.
You have been stuck in one of the richest, most advanced cities of dwarves as an elf for 8 years.
Oh, stuck in any city. This is the longest time I've spent in one place, I will be honest.
Did you run out of ballads to write? Did they stop doing amazingly cool things?
I don't think they have much of an interest in my work. I haven't been able to secure the funds needed to head off again.
Are you expecting us to support you on the road, monetarily?
Oh no. I can survive on the road myself. That's not the issue.
If that's not an issue, then why do you say that you weren't able to do it?
Oh no, I wasn't able to leave on my own. Dangerous world out there.
I'm just trying to make sure I understand. So you wished to leave the city for a long while, but you did not have the means to do it. And now you finally have the means to do it and happened upon us and decided that our incredibly dangerous adventure will be the subject of your next... what's the word I'm looking for? We'll just call it your magnum opus, because, come on.
Accurate. Potentially.
Yeah, maybe. I have a couple of years left in me, I suppose.
I couldn't stop you from following us, I'm certain, and I have no intention of fighting you, but I do...
I'd rather that not happen. I'm afraid I'm not much of a fighter.
Right. So again, I'm gonna return us to the subject of we're going to a place that is overrun with undead, and fighting is certain. What are
He's
you?
just got this glow on his face, suddenly he's just... Oh, this just gets better and better.
You understand that I will not be able to stand over you with my sword and shield the entire time. I have the rest of the group I must also protect.
Oh, that's fine, I'll hang back.
If that is your wish,
frightening.
What?
I swear, the last time I set foot outside this city, almost immediately I was beset by bandits.
Do you have any manner of combat ability?
No, I don't know. Someone helped me. I don't know.
Someone help you?
Well, when I woke up, they were dead. Or gone, run away. I'm not sure, I can't really remember.
All of this sounds bad for us.
Yeah, I have a very confused look on my face, and I'm just kind of like eyeing him and eyeing the others and eyeing him.
Alright.
Al would also be looking at this man very confused.
You are clearly trying to benefit from us as protection on the road, and as a means of getting to other places, and also as a means of income as you wish to write the stories of our exploits. So, I don't know how to set the value of that, but I'm pretty sure there's a monetary value associated with what you're asking of us.
You just get kind of a blank look.
You need to hire our services.
He reaches into a pouch and pulls out 2 gold coins.
Esco's going to, like, reach over into your hand and hold them up in his. There we go. Okay, this will cover the first day. Let's go.
If there's a point
me?
that I can mutter to Eskel as we're walking along the path, I'm gonna say, you are being awfully generous.
It's true that I couldn't stop him from following us, so might as well, you know, make sure he doesn't die, at least for the time being.
And gain some benefit from it, however meager that benefit might be.
I need to understand more about his motivations. If he's truly in need, then Bahamut would want me to help him.
Of course.
So, we are
amused, but
As we start walking, Elaron unslings a lute that he had over his back and just starts playing, experimenting with melody and just trying to rhyme words. You say like drow, brow, frow, frow. No, that one doesn't work. Now, drow now.
I somehow have a feeling that it's going to be less about us and more about you.
I mean, I think he's looking for a way to make a very unique story that will sell, that people will be like, I've never heard a story like that, and I think that drow are very infrequently the subject of such things, so it's not that there is anything particular about me besides the fact that I am uncommon.
Dragon wagon, flagon.
When did we say anything about a dragon?
Bahamut's the platinum dragon.
Okay, yes, true, fair enough. It's an interesting morning.
Alright, somewhere in this city is the highest court, the King's Court. We need to find that. I think it's to the west.
Other way.
Are we just
I
going
think
on
it's to the
south?
east.
I think it's to the east primarily because that's the way that it's easier for me to travel. Thank you, mouse.
Would I know where it is?
Someone who has been here
Yeah,
for
you know.
so many
see
years.
it.
Yeah. If I say, did I overhear them say they were going to the King's Court just now?
I did say we were seeking an audience with the king at some point.
Yeah. Once we get down to here, I would just go like, King's Court is that way. I will meet you there, and then I just tear off run back to my quarters just
Wherever
to
you-
grab up.
Run back to wherever it is he came from. It's like, okay.
It's too much to hope that he
Quick,
just
run!
stays safely
Before I
there.
can find you again.
He said his name was Aurelian, right?
Something like that.
While you're here, you can train your.
Should I be concerned about the blue mist in these doorways?
That's not mist. That's water. There's waterways on either side of the Temple of Arathis that lead out down the city.
Uh,
I want to go water skiing. Whee! Okay.
That's a
See, where do
10-foot fall. Just so
like she
you're
said,
aware.
we.
This is kind of hill, isn't it? What's this?
Where do I live?
I see chairs.
At the house.
Where do I live? It's like the story of the guy with amnesia.
What was that, Thomas?
Following the wrong person.
This is just a.
No, I'm
area.
just wondering how long will it take me to run back, pack up all my stuff, and then head back to where they are.
Well, if you did some work in the theater area, then probably I'd say half an hour to 45 minutes.
I'm pretty sure this is right.
I feel like there should be like doors closer to this statue-y thing,
But
Yeah,
there
but am I
aren't.
living in the theater area, or do I have like?
but there aren't.
I don't think there are. Well, I mean, there's this one over here.
Which is the same as that one over there.
Yeah. It's just the waiting area before you can go talk to anybody important.
Is there anyone in there?
Probably. Doors are locked, you know?
Uh.
Gotta wait for our audience.
Oh god.
Oh, look, it's Dirk. Hi, Dirk.
I turned on things. Okay, no, never mind. It's better.
What?
I clicked somehow and it was suddenly giving me like rulers as I'm moving, and it was not really what I wanted. It was confusing enough.
Oh, if you right click while left clicking, you can set like a path that is non-linear, and it will
I can
tell
also
you.
apparently freak my mouse out. But anyway.
Yeah. So let's see, we have about an hour left, so yeah, we should have time to do this. So, you guys head into the waiting area, as you dubbed it. You made note of the statue.
Yep.
So you would know that, you could assume that would be either the current king or perhaps one of their greatest kings or something.
It is definitely not Moradin.
Is there a plaque or
It
anything?
is not Moradin.
Okay.
East. Go east.
Hang on.
To the right.
Answer Melisari's question.
Is there a placard or anything we can read?
There should be, but there's not because I didn't make one.
Can I just keep saying placard?
Piackard.
Placard.
Oh no, it's spreading.
Bimbogami.
What?
Anytime I hear the phrase "it's spreading," I think of the scene from Bimbogami where it was they kept changing, like somebody was trying to hide from somebody else, like in a classroom, and so they just focused really hard and changed their animation style. And then other people in the room saw them change their animation style, so bloom, 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 other people in the room started changing theirs as well. And they said, "Oh no, it's spreading!"
Oh my.
Oh dear.
Sam may have
Give
been
me 1
helpful.
second.
Sam, that's right, right? That was Bimbogami?
Yeah.
He did a thing, so maybe.
I posted the clip.
Yes.
Yeah! Thank you.
Oh my.
So good. He's so good.
Oh my.
Oh, I'll just describe Aurelian for you. Just this is what you saw. That he was like, he's 6 foot tall. He's slim. He's got long blonde hair, blue eyes, and he's fairly pale.
Oh shoot! So am I back to being the shortest, or is that Melisari?
Wait, what, huh?
I believe that Dirk might be the shortest in the group.
Oh dear God! Don't mind me.
I I think I'm the tallest. Or probably second tallest. I don't know. Are you taller than me, Eskel?
Oh my.
Probably. Let me check.
I don't know if I gave myself a set height. I should ask my friend how tall she is, because I'm about as tall as she is.
He's 6 foot nothing.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's a little taller.
Same height as me.
I'm thinking the tallest she's going to be is 5'10".
Pretty good height. But yeah, Pascal's 6 nothing.
Al is 5'5".
You know, I was looking at, like, average heights in, like, the PHP, and apparently elves in D&D are shorter on average than humans, which is strange to me.
I know that they
it's
were
been
in
that way for a long
3.5.
time.
I don't like it.
I don't
All
think
the-
anyone actually goes with that, though.
Yeah.
I
Like,
know
all
I
of the
don't.
elf lore, except for fucking Santa Claus, has elves being taller. So, no thank you.
But yeah, I know that I pulled out the 3.5 book a few months back and saw, elves were like 4 whatever to 5 whatever, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, they're considered shorter.
And then we promptly ignored it.
Oh yeah.
Because that's BS, and we all know it.
Yes. I'm not a Keebler elf, thank you very much. I don't make cookies. Except on special occasions.
Because cookies are delicious.
They're delicious, it's true.
Alright, so everybody's an elf except for Lady Amelie. Where'd Lady Amelie go, Dirk?
I was
I
pinging
don't
around her.
know where everyone went, so I'm just kind of like standing in the
Can you
hallway.
not? Can you not see me?
No, where are you? Oh, you're that way. Okay. I just saw somebody's fucking thing to the left, so I was just like, maybe it's to the left, but nobody else was there, so I was like, fuck it, I'll stand in the middle.
Everybody just pretend to like each other. We'll sit over here. Nice comfy chair. But if this is a civic building in a heavy bureaucracy, one has to wonder, how many times has this chair been farted in?
Are you asking this in character?
He looks incredible. He's like, he's steepling his fingers in front of him, resting his elbows on his knees, and he looks incredibly pensive. He goes, how many times has this chair been farted in?
Eskel?
What?
Why?
Amelie
Sorry,
will
puts a
elect
hand
to
to her
stand.
head, but then stands up.
Al
and
is
takes a
also
step or two
standing.
away.
I think
And
it's
does
a.
not respond.
I think it's a fair question. So we are waiting to be seen to.
Yep, and you're going to wait as long as it takes me to finish setting up the next room.
Yay!
Because I found significantly fewer dwarf tokens, like dwarf tokens, than I did need for dwarves, so I'm only populating areas you actually go to. So let's just save on
That's
the
a strategy.
resources.
Alright guys, we need to locate every door in the city and go inside and see who's in there.
I hate you.
Ban out.
Alright, one more thing. New tab.
Finished my melon creamy soda, Sam.
Saucy.
It's not saucy, it's bubbly.
Okay, but he said creamy. Creamy is always saucy.
It's not my fault that's what they actually call the product. Melon
This
creamy
is
soda.
true. Actually, I
Is it
ordered
like-
Kelpis off of Amazon recently, and estimated delivery is next weekend.
Calpis. I like Calpis.
Cow piss?
That is a
And,
common name for it.
Calpico. I think
Calpico
that.
is just what it is
Cal-
called outside of Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I know.
that.
Calpico. Anyway,
And then,
When I
there
went
was a
to,
question I had, and I don't remember what it was.
when I went to Kyoto, we met one of the people staying at the they were leaving the hotel as we were coming into the hotel. It was this English man with his Japanese wife and child.
don't mind that. I was the wrong token.
The
I
Kraken!
completely missed it. What did I miss?
A giant portion of a token appeared on the screen.
Oh,
No
dear.
idea what it was, because I could only see a fragment.
The cat is slowly moving onto my lap and making it very difficult for me to access
Okay.
my keyboard in the meantime.
Well, that's when you just be like, "Aw, kitty cat, I love you," toss.
No.
So, I assume you guys will have knocked on the door at some point during your waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would have gotten. I'll be with you in a moment.
And needs a secretary. There should be somebody out here to say hello to us and tell us to have a seat. Oh, door opened.
Yes. What is it I could help you with?
I'm going to present his stand up from my chair, turn to face him, and extend my hand with the letter of introduction. Could not think of the word.
Eyes you. Eyes the seal of Arathis. Eyes you again. Takes the letter. Returns to his desk. One moment. Feel free to come in.
I'm going to move in and stand before the desk with my hands folded behind my back.
Death Knight. Special Drow. Forgotten Fortress. Alright. So, I seem to have gotten the gist of what it is you want. And so you're hoping to clear the Forgotten Fortress. And you need access to our Hall of Histories to do that. Am I correct?
That is the size of it. We are going there to hunt down a very specific undead, but it would be well within our power once we've destroyed him to see to other undead in the region. So I figured you should be aware, since the Forgotten Fortress was a project of your cities, and I am certain that you would love the area and control of the area back, if that is a byproduct of our activities there. You should know about it.
It would be nice to be able to resume construction on that project, because it's been a long time since we've been able to even think about retaking it. But why is it that you need access to our Hall of Histories to do that?
Because in order to defeat a Death Knight, you need to know the complete history of how the person became a Death Knight. Simply destroying the body of the undead doesn't work. I'm certain that any priest of, or priestess of the Raven Queen could confirm that for you.
Well, her influence has not quite made it here yet. She's been rather busy.
You should then be informed that there are clerics and paladins of the Raven Queen fighting to retake the Haunted Woods to the southwest.
Yes, there's been many a battle between the followers of what remains of the followers of Navarre, the undead, the followers of Raven Queen, and the followers of oh, what's his name? I can never remember.
Yes.
No. Out of character, you could probably guess that he means Vecna,
Oh, Vecna.
but you can't remember.
Gotcha. As a paladin, I am, of course, well versed in religion.
Yep.
That is going to be 6.
You are not aware. Despite Ion's heavy preachings against him, he still does his best to keep his name out of the mouths and minds of mortals. So it's difficult to remember. Although Lady Amelie, as a follower of Ion, would just know it offhand.
If she doesn't wish to supply the name, then we can continue on.
I'll supply the name.
Oh, okay. Very well.
Thank you. I never remember that one for some reason.
What was the name?
I think I've heard the
Vecna.
name Vecna before.
Yes, once you've heard it spoken aloud, you remember, but
Odd how easily it drifts from the mind.
Odd indeed.
In any event, yes, that is our purpose. Do we have your permission?
well, you would have mine if it was up to me, but as you are embarking on what would be more or less a military operation of this kingdom, with or without our blessing, it is up to the king.
What? Oh, I saved it.
And so, but I shall see if he is willing to see you.
Where shall we wait?
Either stand here in front of the doors or back in the waiting room and I will fetch you.
Which is the least used chair out there?
The one furthest from the door.
Perfect. Ah! Derek, why?
Hot.
It's really that important to you that as few people as possible have farted in your chair.
Mathematically, it is true.
But why does it matter so much? It's not as though they're shitting themselves on the chairs.
I can't
No
know that for
residue.
certain.
Okay,
you know
hold on.
this conversation is.
Stand up.
Wait, why? I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable.
I'm going to clean your chair for you. Stand up.
I can just stand up.
I cast prestidigitation on the chair.
Oh, it smells of lilacs and gooseberry.
Sure, it smells like that.
And all of a sudden, Melisari becomes Yennefer.
Poof, like magic. Thank you. Where'd that that minstrel get to?
I have
He's
no.
retrieving things.
clue.
I still have his 2 gold, so I assume he still wants us to protect him for the next day or 2.
I would think so. I hope he doesn't expect us to wait for him, however.
Dirk, what's our daily rate?
Apparently about 2 gold.
Huh.
Yes, you
I'm
do
gonna-
appear to have already said that.
I'm gonna pull out one of the gold coins and I'm gonna, like, hold it on top of my fist and, like, get your attention, then flip it at you.
I catch it.
You are 1 gold richer each.
Do you, though?
I mean-
Maybe you should make a dexterity check.
I still recall, I think technically your rate is 1 platinum a week.
Well, that means that we're undercharging this guy.
Did say you were being very generous. That was what I meant.
He will get exactly what he paid for.
Although I suppose, technically speaking, if we survive this, it will gain us great renown and make your life probably significantly easier.
Yeah, hopefully if he actually makes money off of any ballad that includes our names, we get some cut of the royalties.
Our lives are made easier when fewer people put themselves in harm's way.
You know
I
what?
don't think he's going to make that happen.
No, it's true. You're right.
Okay. No, I don't have a retort for that, just okay.
It's a very lovely walking stick.
It is, isn't it?
How did you,
For about 15 minutes, he'll come back. And so by this point, you've had enough time to attune to your item, Valsari.
Indeed.
So enough
It is
time
now
for
a
me.
very pretty walking stick.
Nope, you need about another 15 minutes.
Really?
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, is this something you're really going to be part of? Because I did technically say 30 to 45 minutes, so this would be the earlier end of the time frame.
Well, he just he'd pack up as quickly as he can.
Yeah.
Alright,
Easy.
then, yeah, you can show back up if you like.
He comes in at Dirk's statement.
I don't think he's
What was
going
Jerk's
to do
statement?
that.
Oh dear.
Alright, I'm back, guys. Speak
So
of...
Have you seen the king yet?
No, we have been made to wait. But you can have a seat, and you can wait with us.
I don't know why, but only Eskel is in a chair. I mean, I know why Dirk is not in a chair.
Dirk always stands.
But the
Eskel made me uncomfortable.
dwarven-sized chairs, man. This is the Dwarven City.
It's true, but
Everything is
if he
used.
was- if he was in a chair, he would not be as at the ready.
You could stand in the chair. That would be
That-
at the ready and in a chair.
That seems odd. He's
Or
not going to
around it.
stand on the chair.
I know. I'm making it funny. Anyways.
Aurelian's sitting in a chair with his backpack and everything on his lap now. Do I know this dwarf? Like, do I know him by name, or would I recognize him?
No. As I can't think of any reason you'd have to be dealing with the king and his, facilities.
Yeah, but like, I mean, he'd never visit theater or frequent an inn that I might have been in.
He wouldn't frequent an inn, and he might visit the theater on occasion, but he's the type that would be keeping a low profile, so probably not learn his name.
Okay. He pops back in.
So, the king has agreed to see you in this matter, and negotiate what terms you may have in regards to retaking the Forgotten Fortress.
Tell us where we need to go.
Right this way. And he'll stand beside the door and kind of gesture towards it. When you're ready, knock.
Wait for to assemble.
Avengers!
Assemble.
Excuse you, Melisari.
Sorry.
It's
We
fine.
can switch places. I can be in front, I don't care. Or I can go there. Or I can go there.
Okay, I don't have a care.
I'm tired.
And the dance begins.
The dance commences once again.
Deja vu.
Lady Emily. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Alright, with that,
Banana.
the two doors will swing inward.
Oh,
Apparently, they have to
Alright.
those doors separate for some reason.
Just a whole cavalcade of dirks.
This is disturbing.
oh God.
And so you see the king sitting on his throne that resembles the statue outside, flanked by 10 guardsmen along the corridor here.
That
This
is a
is
very
mildly
terrifyingly
intimidating.
specific number.
He just really likes round numbers.
Well, it's also the number that fits, and the number of beds they put in. It just happened to go that way.
There's another place where 10 is the ideal number.
What's that?
Roshar.
On fingers, on feet and hands?
No. No. Not where I was going with that. No, you ruined it. You ruined it! How could you?
I made it better. Okay, but seriously, what was it?
It was Roshar. The setting of the Stormlight Archive.
Okay, sure. I like mine better.
So, it's come to my understanding that not only is there a drow in my city, he comes bearing the mark of Bahamut, making requests, and wanting to charge down some fortress we've long forgotten.
Is that why you call it the Forgotten Fortress? Your Highness? Is that the correct title in this case?
Good enough.
My name is Eskel Trenier, and I am a paladin of devotion to Bahamut. My group has come to eliminate at least one of the many undead that inhabit what you now call the Forgotten Fortress. And in order to destroy this particular undead, we need information about who he was before he became undead, which we believe we might be able to find in your Hall of Histories. So, we would like to ask permission, your leave, to utilize the Hall of Histories such that we might destroy this undead, which would be beneficial to you and your kind. You and your people, rather.
What do you mean, your people? Anyway.
And so, you need information from our hall to deal with the threat at the fortress, from my understanding.
Yes.
And so, is this what you ask to deal with the fortress's issues?
Well, I did not want to presume too much. While we are knowingly doing you a service, we weren't going to come in demanding coin or supplies, since we were going to do this anyway. But such support of our endeavor would not be rejected. However, we cannot go forward without first checking the Hall of Histories for whatever information may be there. That is of the utmost importance. After that, armor, weapons, potions would be useful, but I cannot make that demand, or I do not seek to make that demand. Request, I might. But demand, no.
Very well. As it is something of use, if you can complete it, there will be a reward. Although one that has been somewhat reduced, as access to the Hall of Histories would normally be a reward in and of itself. But if that is what you require to get to see this done, I shall allow it. In regards to assistance in this manner, There is... I can offer you a small supply of holy water that has been turned into an oil. They should be able to coat on your blades or hammers or whatever it is you wield. He says, eyeing both you and Dirk.
That sounds like a very effective way of utilizing it. Clever, Your Highness.
When you rule a kingdom that's been dealing with undead for centuries, countermeasures must be made.
If we are being offered this small supply of holy oil, then I would graciously accept it so that we can see this task to completion.
Very well. He will send off one of the guard on his, to the right of the map to go fetch it.
We have gathered some information on attaining the Forgotten Fortress. We were told to utilize the mountain pass to get there on foot. That how Your Highness would have it done most efficiently?
Following the mountains does seem most effective, as it is a mountain fortress. It should be impossible to miss.
Very good. I simply wondered if there were some secret pathway within the mountain connecting this place to that.
There is one thing I can make you aware of. To the best of my knowledge, your group has gone and acquired some of the blueprints to this fortress. It's not something that they can do without my notice.
Your Highness is wise to keep an eye on such important documents. Indeed, we have acquired a copy of them.
As you'll see on it, there are marked 2 entrances. One for the stable, to allow for cavalry access in and out, and then one for the foot soldiers. The one for the cavalry was never completed, however, it is close. There is just a thin amount of mountainside between it and the inside of the fortress. Should you have a way of getting through it, whether breaking it or whatever magics you may possess, he says, eyeing the rest of the group, basically. It may prove useful as a point of entry.
This is excellent intelligence, Your Highness. We will put it to use. Is there anything there that Your Highness would wish protected, destroyed, or retrieved?
I know that there is a temple room holding a few shrines in that building. While it's not the most important thing on my mind, it would serve as a secondary objective to make sure it is in the best shape you can manage. There should be a statue to Cord, one to Arathis, and one to Moradin.
Indeed, your cleric of Arathis, the north, had made a similar request. We will do as best we can. It will, of course, depend on the infestation of undead. But we will report back with our success.
The only other thing that I'm aware that you may or may not have noticed, as it's a little harder to tell on dwarven blueprints, there are a few traps in that fortress that one should be aware of. I'm sure my secretary out front can point them out to you on the drawings.
Thank you, Highness.
With that, tell him you have my blessing to enter the Hall of Histories, and he'll take you. Under guard until your turn. Should you be successful, you'll have free access to them as much as you wish.
I will give him my best Bahamut salute.
And do your best to use up that oil. Be odd if it were to be somehow used by the enemy, but I don't want to see it fall into the wrong hands in case it proves useful against us.
Very good, sir. Then we should be off to the Hall of Histories. With your blessing, Your Highness?
That is all. Unless there are further questions or demands to be made. He says, kind of, as an open-ended question to the group.
Eskel will turn to the group and raise his eyebrows, like, anybody got anything?
Al would shake her head no.
I think Eskel has made our pleas quite thoroughly for us. And so I thank you, Your Highness.
Alright.
Very well then. Guards, see them out into the hall.
Woo!
You'll see like these two near the door kind of snap to attention at that. And walk out with the rest of you.
That went better than I had hoped.
Apparently paperwork is good for something.
Apparently.
Just kind of like pull Aurelian aside as I am like, we're going to the Hall of Histories now. It is a very well-guarded place full of information. I want you on your best behavior while we're in there.
Oh, I've been living here for 8 years. I know what it is. Never been in there before.
Right.
What you call it? Like, as a kind of out of character side note, normally there'd be like roles or other things associated with this, but you guys kind of went through all the proper steps, so there wasn't really to go poorly, especially with the Mark of Bahamut that Tristan had been gifted.
Sometimes you just gotta use the leverage you have.
Ooh.
Although had the cleric not recognized that, you would have been in a bit more trouble.
Would have just... we needed to talk more.
Indeed.
Alright. All of... Alright, histories.
Alright. I don't have a map or area on this map for it. So,
what's the king's name?
What?
What's the king's name?
Your Highness, obviously.
It's a terrible movie.
Clearly.
Yeah, I met somebody who was working costumes for that movie once. They had nothing good to say about it.
Which was this?
They were like, it was a paycheck. Huh? Your Highness?
Oscar.
Oscar.
Oskar.
Ozcar. Got it.
King Oscar?
Oscar.
This cat just will not stay settled.
And he is King Oscar of the Dwarven Dwarves.
Yes.
The dwarviest dwarves ever dwarf.
Alright, so we go there. Do you want the party to like roll investigation or something to see if we can find...
Yes. Roll investigation.
Wow.
Please.
I never even got my dice out, and I am not actually sure where they are. Oh wait, they're still right in front of me.
Wait.
Oh, that was one of my D20s.
Over to a new day, so please re-roll and tell me what you have for your divination dice.
Yes, let me find my second divination die. Okay, here we go.
Investigation there.
Yep.
Cool. These are much better rolls than yesterday. I have a 2
Oh,
and
yay.
an 18.
Nice.
Yeah. Even bad ones are good. You just don't want middle
I
of the road, which is
know.
what you had last
I'm
time.
very happy about this.
All
I
right.
guess my dice are happy that I found them.
So everyone, please write your investigation in the D&D chat.
Chat. Dirk eventually just like slaps a book closed and like, are we done here yet?
Actually, that's the thing. There are no books. The Hall of Histories is, you'll see as you enter, is a massive hall where all of the important information has been scrawled like into the stone. The idea of to make it more long-lasting, less likely to degrade.
Dirk spends a little bit of time like reading stuff at like his eye level and says it must be up higher, and then just stops paying attention.
There are ways to get up higher, obviously, because it's a city of dwarves, but that is a fair way to do it. All right.
My dice are extremely happy I found them, apparently.
Merp, are you rolling anything?
I'm sorry, I had to step away for a second because Mika was eating an ornament. What are we rolling for?
Yes, investigation. So you can work on trying to find the appropriate information, and you may roll with advantage, both
Okay.
as it's connected to your family's history, and you have some idea of what you're looking for.
Are things recorded in Dwarvish?
Oh, shit.
That's a good point. It probably is, but the guards would be able to translate for you.
Who needs guards? I have spells. Okay, let's roll. Nope.
You're going to be telling
Cast
lots of
comprehend
long
language.
stories to us.
I'm gonna look for a second, give up, and then start casting comprehend languages. That's what I'm gonna do.
Nice. Good move.
So that I
Okay,
can read
if you want to do that, you
Dwarvish,
can roll again.
Oh, can I do that too?
Yeah, if you're using any resources to work with this, I'll let you reroll if you rolled poorly.
Okay, cool. Because 12 wouldn't get me anything, right?
Probably not.
Alright, let's cast that and then roll again.
I need 10 minutes to cast it, so
17.
All right. Well, you'll have more than 10 minutes based on
I
these
know.
rolls. It's going to take more than that to find it.
I'm giving it a second. Okay, whatever. It's been 10 minutes, I'm sure.
Did I find anything?
Motherfucker!
Yeah, I will. What'd you get?
17. Oh, wait, do I add anything to that?
You add investigation, which I know you should have at least a small plus to.
19.
Poor Kate.
My dice are apparently very upset that I almost forgot about them. At least they gave me good divination rolls.
That's impressive. That's
Sorry. Hit the numbers backwards.
I do that all the time. No worries. So, after a while, both Al and Merp, Lady Amelie, there we go. Brain's now working. Both Al and Lady Amelie will find an entry regarding the day, regarding the day that the fortress was lost.
Oh, for me personally, can I also look for anything regarding Porga?
You can.
Do I need to roll again?
No, that can be under the same investigation.
Okay.
And I'll try and get to that in a second.
Okay, cool.
So, you know that there was evidently a single survivor from the onslaught of the fortress. So, allow me to pull up the details I made. Because this is something I prepared in advance, I just have to find it. You, well, let's see. Do I want to say this and possibly screw it up, or do I want to copy paste it? As it's something you'd be reading, I will copy paste it to the two individuals and actually have you guys read it out if that's if you wish to share the information. Merp, you already have it.
Yep. Oh, wow, they have this much info? Okay.
As there was a single survival, he is able to recount the tale. I may be editing it down a little bit for the others, but this is the information you have at the very least.
Yeah.
And then Al.
Hi.
Can Al read Dwarvish?
She has someone helping her.
I would need help.
That's rough, buddy.
Oh well. I don't mind asking for help time to time, but I'm a bit stubborn.
Are you trying to fucking word out Dwarvish?
You know what?
Oh, please do.
buddy.
Be my fucking guest. I'm reading. I will laugh at you after.
I'm just gonna ask for help. I wanna.
I'll still laugh at you. Don't worry.
I think she's
You know
always
what? I'll
laughing at us.
probably just ask Dirk to help me. Fuck you guys.
I mean, Dirk is probably with Amelie.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
I can now read Dwarvish, and you might have a sense that I can now read Dwarvish.
So, comprehend languages isn't perfect.
It's not.
Comprehend languages is the one that says that you get the direct, absolute meaning of it with
you
no
get very
nuance.
literal,
Yeah.
literal translations of
Which
things.
most often
so-
would cause problems. However, dwarves in my world are fairly literal.
Oh.
It's the literal meaning of any spoken language you hear.
Yeah.
You can understand any written language, so I can read what's written. So that doesn't really matter.
You have to touch the thing that you're reading.
Yeah.
Right.
And it takes about 1 minute to read 1 page of text, as I mentioned. As if that's like
Damn,
not
a
how I
minute?
normally read.
I'm a slow reader.
Yeah. I read approximately 100 words every 2 hours, unless it is a book I am familiar with or very easy reading.
100
Part
words
of
in
that is
2
just
hours?
having ADD, though.
100
What?
pages in 2 hours?
100 pages, yes.
Like, 100 words is like maybe not even half a page.
That would be
You're good? Like-
no, very, very slow, no. 100 pages. So I'm sitting here like,
All right.
Thanks,
So I've sent the version to Al, and I will send over this to. I'll send this to you as well, Lady Amelie, so that you know what's actually written as opposed to what all you know,
Cool.
which is more extensive than what they have. So there's the abridged version, which has probably a few bumps in reading as I've hastily edited it. So, sorry for that.
So am I gonna need to read this out
If you
if
wish to share
Amu
it,
decides not to?
Oh, please try to read it out in Dwarvish, thank you.
I mean, like I said, you may have a sense that I can now read Dwarvish. It is
Did
up
you
to
tell her? Because I want to hear her
mean,
sound it out. I think that would be pretty funny.
I went from kind of like glancing at the titles and going, hold up a sec. Channeled a spell for 10 minutes, and then just started picking up books and flipping through them. So, potentially, she would notice that. Potentially not. I'm not saying anything out loud necessarily. Unless she says
No,
something
sorry,
like,
are
I
you
think I
busy?
found something. I look down at the book and look back up at you and walk over, say, what have you found?
I think I found it.
if you want, I can send it over to Belisari.
Yes, please.
Now I wonder if, reading aloud is different than just reading in terms of how quickly I can do it.
There seems to be some missing from the start. But you're not sure as to why. Which is why it starts with a slight missing of context.
Seven-minute warning.
I'm confused. I guess I will just read it word for word.
Yeah, like I said, it's missing a little bit of context at the start, as there's a piece missing. Like that's like just how it's written.
Okay.
The only other thing that I can tell you that you probably should know is that this is in the context of someone who survived the attack, recounting the story of what happened.
Goody. You're gonna make me read it, aren't you?
I mean, you can copy paste it if you want, but I prefer you to read it.
Okay. Wait, hang on. It's Atlas, isn't it? It's written as Altus.
Oh, I misspelled it. That's my bad.
Okay. Alright, the text says Atlas left in a rage to gather two allies, a black dragonborn, Kava, and a red dragonborn, Zadar, that were followers of Tiamat the same as he was. Zadar was a of light cleric.
Oh, yeah, now I fixed that. Sorry, that is a typo.
Okay.
Switch the words cleric and light.
Well, okay. Was a cleric of light. And Kava was a red dragon sorcerer. With the three of them being near masters of their craft, they assaulted fort under cover of darkness, slaying everyone in their path, even those who tried to surrender. When the assault proved too much for the three of them, it was too late and it was their end. However, this is not the end of the tale, for when Atlas was struck down, he was rejected from the afterlife, becoming a Death Knight, and with his new power, he wiped out the fort.
Well,
Yeah, sorry for the typos. I should have gotten someone to proofread this.
That's alright. I also potentially could have clarified before, or actually read through it before reading aloud. But anyway.
So, now that they have that, is there anything on Torga that I found?
Torga, right.
I think we found it. No, sorry.
You would
Seems
know
incomplete,
that she was the person in charge and head architect for
Mhm.
the Forgotten Fortress project. And that she was slain in the attack on the fortress itself.
Mhm.
Is there anything else you like? What else would you like to know?
Pretty sure there was something about her journals. I think I wanted to see if they had her journals here or something.
They do not.
Damn,
As you were told before, they seem to be in someone's private collection.
that's right. Okay. There's nothing else about her here though.
There can be, if you can ask me what you want.
Um, you know what? Let's actually ask about her family.
Also, Kate, I believe you said something while Derek was speaking.
I did, but I do not remember what it was.
Well, shit. Was it along the context of me saying that I believe we found it?
Oh, yeah, I think I just said, it seems a bit incomplete. Like there's something missing from the beginning.
I agree.
Uh, the guards who will have heard this will come over and take a look and see that there is like a piece that's been damaged or is missing. I will seem rather alarmed at this.
What seems to be wrong? Al would be asking the
Well, the fact that something's missing is not supposed to happen. That's why this place is restricted.
When we were awaiting our audience with the king, I recall there being a god that we couldn't remember until the name was spoken aloud. Could it have anything to do with that?
What god was that?
Have I forgotten again?
You remember what I assume you're talking to the guards, and they don't know offhand.
Okay, I remember. So, it was the god Vecna.
Vecna. Who, like, what's he deal with? I don't, like, I've recognized the name, but I don't remember what his areas of expertise are. And in their case, it's just because they don't really have a full temple of Ione here, so they don't have much access to information about him.
Yeah.
So, but you guys would have from where the places you've come from, so you can know that he is both a god of undeath and secrets.
Oh, I wanted to clarify something.
Okay.
Is it like there's a page missing or something along
Like
those lines? How?
there's a part of text that is damaged
Gotcha.
to be unrecognizable.
Is that the part that I know?
Yes.
Okay,
Most
cool.
likely.
Take that, Vecnar, you bitch.
Fuck. He's the god of death and secrets, so secrets make sense. It just seems like this could be a magical influence to me. Like if we are unable to remember his name until it's spoken to us, perhaps there's also some magic removing this section of text in a very similar fashion.
The work seems rather physical to me, but I don't know. You do magic? Can you tell?
I can try. What do you think is going to be more useful? Detect magic or like identify? Probably detect magic, right?
It would start with I'd start with detect magic to see if there's magic, and then if there is, then I'd go to identify too.
Okay, sounds
See
like
what
a
the
plan.
magic is.
It's gonna take 10 minutes, but I will detect magic.
Okay. Does Lady Ollie by chance want to beat her to the punch?
Yeah, actually, let's do that. Haha. Sorcery OP. What do I see?
You detect remnants of magic, but nothing currently active. So the best you can tell is that magic might have been used to cause the damage, but the damage itself is physical.
Interesting. Is there anything else I notice when I'm casting while I'm, got the special eyes?
I mean, you know that Eskel's holy symbol is glowing more than it was before. Like it's seeming to shine a brighter magical aura and of multiple schools of magic now.
Interesting.
Speaking of which, Eskel, you're also attuned to that as well by this point.
Sweet. Everything's back to copacetic on that end?
Yep.
Cool.
Is there anything else magical in the area?
Not that you can see.
Fun. Thanks, Ash.
Sorry.
Sorry. What were you saying, Derek?
That was Tristan.
I thought you were telling me who or what was magical in the area.
I said that there was nothing you could see within 30 feet.
Damn, okay.
Are you going to say anything as I continue casting Detect Magic, having no knowledge that you've already done so?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Okay.
I will say, casting a spell is an obvious thing unless she's subtle casting, so you can probably clearly see that she is casting a spell.
Yes.
Are you just blowing the spell slots the whole way, or are you spending 10 minutes at a time to cast
I'm spending 10 minutes. I don't have it prepared. Most of my divination spells, I figure I'm going to have 10 minutes to sit there and, work it out.
You know that clerics can't ritually cast unless the spell is also prepared?
Yeah, it's
That's
weird.
Annoying.
It's because they know all of their spells automatically and don't have to manage a spellbook. Alright, well, we are over time. Do we want to pick it up in the Hall of Histories next time? Think of some more questions in the intervening week?
Yep, that sounds fair.
Does anybody have anything right now that is on their mind that they're worried they'll forget?
I mean, I'm gonna forget anyways, so...
Write it down, or ask it right now.
No, I will forget what I asked.
Oh, okay. Also write it
It's
down. But also, the videos are online, so if you're ever like, wait, I asked an important question around the 2-hour mark last week, just pull up the video and find it. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything.
Okay. Well, then I guess that's it for the roleplay. I have one or two more questions for how we wish to proceed, but that can be done outside the recording, so it's not to make it longer.
Alright.
I'm all set.
Yeah.
You all set, Thomas?
Yep.
It's going to be interesting developing a rapport with your new character.
And I just feel a need to make it clear, because Melisara was not being particularly kind. It is entirely due to this guy coming in and seemingly wanting to just throw himself into danger and nothing to do with you or how you're playing the character.
Oh, that's cool.
I hope people are going to be having fun. I need to look up the stats of holy water real quick. If people need to, whatchamacallit, adjust features to add stuff from Tosser's Culture of Everything, in the intervening weeks, feel free. Change out what you like so you can try anything you wish from the additional class features, pretty much.
Because Tasha's is awesome.
Oh shit! When did you get here,
I'm
dude?
surprised.
I've been here the whole time.
Nani?
That's a lie. You just came in the past 10 minutes. Don't
No,
you dare
no,
lie
no,
to them,
no.
Drew.
He's been here a while.
Yeah, he was in the Twitch chat.
Oh,
Oh,
I
were
didn't
you our
know that.
viewer?
Yeah. He asked
Yeah.
stuff at 4 o'clock.
Did you say anything bad? I can go back and fucking ban you.
Don't
say
Only-
anything.
He only
you
said
say
bad
anything
things about
negative
you.
about Amelie-
Vampire slaying.
Alright, I'm going to end the stream.